Our final speaker is from Thailand, who will talk about the future of digital innovation. Please welcome the Senior Industry Manager for Travel, Real Estate, and E-commerce at Google Thailand, Ornpaka, Tong, Vudhikosit.
Good evening, everyone. I know it's between me and cocktail and drinks afterwards, so I will be trying really fast as much as I could, but hopefully you will get definitely a takeaway and some fun for the last session for today. So, what's today's topic? It's all about AI. So, a lot of conversation throughout the day today. There are tons and tons of people talking and integrating AI in your industry. So, as part of being from working at Google Thailand for 10 years, now let's talk about in the right mood here. When we ask Bart, our generative AI, about write a joke of the marketer who used an AI, do you want to hear what it came up with? Yes? Yes? It's actually called a data scientist. So, obviously, Bart definitely needs a little more work on its sense of humor. But it's not wrong, actually, but it just needs a little more trained. Up behind me is actually the VIX, or the Stock Market Volatility Index. As the Stock Market Volatility Index here shows that even the pandemic behind us already, we actually sending back the new baseline of greater uncertainty. And this is true not just for your businesses, but to your consumer and customer as well. In this climate, people and everyone needs more clarity and confidence to make decisions. And this also reflects how consumer in the way that they seek information and consume information. Firstly, let me give you a little more example here. So what it means by when they want to seek more information. People start searching, as those examples here, more precise and more specifically what they're looking for. You can see this example of top 1,000 searches across industry that actually over time for the past 3 years, it's accounted for less and less of total volume. Let me give you a little more specific example. In India, more than 7 out of 10 queries are actually searched only once. And in every single day, there are actually new queries or new searches pop up, 15% globally. And through another research also shown that 3/4 of people struggle with what information to trust. If you could highlight it, it's actually people becoming more skeptical. We have been accustomed to navigating more volatility. However, in terms of the answer we are given, we need more and more. With the information, we are actually more nervous about it because we want legitimacy of the information, what are sourcing them from. This has led to the shift in how consumers are thinking and behaving. These new challenges, I would like to introduce the new word or concept called a confidence gap. What exactly is a confidence gap? It is actually a gap between what you think you know and you actually want to know. And before you make those decisions, you need more confidence about it. It's a new concept, but let me give you my real example. 3 years ago, I actually decided that I would like to buy a new condo for myself. So I have been searching and I was looking for tons and tons of information. Even though I got lots of information already, I haven't been able to put the trigger yet. Therefore, I actually make a phone call to one of my good friends who actually has been in real estate industry for a long time. When I talked to her and I asked her, hey, I'm not sure whether I actually make the right decision. She said, okay, Tong, let me tell you more about it. But actually after when I was talking to her and chatting with her, I actually was the one who talking to her a lot more about how I'm looking for and passionate about the areas I was looking at. And she actually said, Tong, you know what? You actually knew everything that you need to know and you want to know already. You just don't have confidence enough to make a final decision. That's actually rings the bell that it's actually the confidence that I don't have. Therefore, in everyday's life, everyone, even today, you are thinking of where you want to go for your dinner. Are you actually thinking of buying a new car? You're still kind of debating whether it's an EV or it's a gasoline or it's a hybrid. This is actually called your confidence gap because you want to make your own decision with the final decision that you want to be confident in. In confidence gap also affects your customer journey and your client's journey. Client and your customer are looking for more information from various sources these days in terms of a lot of sources, both online, offline, even your friends and family. And they did definitely do more homework before they make this choice. So how can you make them feel less scary about making that final choice? How do you think that you can help them make a confidence in the time of uncertainty? That is one thing people are looking for. It's about trust. When there is trust, that's actually feel less scary about it. To actually close that gap that I was talking about, consumers are looking for something that they can trust, something that gives them confidence to make that decision. So this is also true across APAC market that the research also found that 80% of the consumer, they want to trust the brand before making their purchasing. Let me give you, based on the research that we have done, that when consumers are looking for cues to make that final choice, these are 6 cues that in summary in the researchers have done. First is the industry respect that actually aligns to the later in the next few sessions. It's about the award. It's something that, for example, PropertyGuru is giving award. Why is that? Why people or the client looking for that? Because it's from unbiased reason, right? Because they trust that industry or that brand to make that final choices for them. Second, it's called authority. Authority is like endorsement. When people or specific expert help endorse that brand or that particular decision for you, that actually help the consumer make more easier decision. Third, it's called social responsibility. It's a judgment of consumer these days, make that brand according to their value. For example, they might connect more if those brands also have event or considered as a CSR, sustainability, the treatment of labor, how they have done with their labor, and the usage of the natural resources. Fourth, definitely very important, it's called brand power. Overall reputation of the brand that has built over time definitely has been long enough that the consumer need to trust your brand. The fifth one, social proof. This one is also emerging and popping up a lot because of those review, ratings, track record of how people talk about you socially. Those are also another cue that consumers are very looking for. And finally, it's called effort. It's something that consumers' impression that the brand invests over time and money and energy to actually give a great consumer experience. So those are the 6 cues that are tips for you. When you think about those clients that make the final choice, those are some cues that you can think through about how you can build your brand and help them navigate through making the final choice in terms of buying from your brand. You can also think about your business, how you can make consumer close that confidence gap, right? So those confidence gap also needs the right cue to feel confidence enough to give them trust. And actually, there's another one confidence cue that also subconsciously consumer were thinking about it. It's the platform itself. Let me give you a little more example. If you think about if you want to publish an article in between the BuzzFeed or whoever Facebook feed from sources versus if you can publish the article via Harvard Business Review. Even though it's exact same article, what do you think the consumer could potentially trust more, right? That's an obvious answer to you and to us here. Therefore, it's the 7Q is a platform itself where the consumer were getting those information from is also very, very vital these days. Also, this is also another research as a proof point that higher trusted brands are 7 times more likely to be purchased. And also, consumers are more confident in making those choices. And 20% are likely to repurchase or buy more from you again if they trust your brand. Trust is equal to profit and sustain. What I mean by is they're willing, once they trust, they're willing to make that final decision. And also, they could also end up buying more over time that become more sustained for your business as well. To the audience today, I hope this concept is not too new to you, but I kind of summarize for you as you have your empower to give the consumer more confidence to shift from skeptical to trust, right? How can I join this journey? And how can I find those kind of right moment? And how can I reinforce those 6Q or even be on the 6-7 platform that I was talking about? It actually also can start with AI. So now we talk about AI, right? AI can also help endorse those trust and those 6Q that I was talking about. AI is the next big shift from internet, mobile phone, and now we in the age of AI. Actually, I just include the next slide. Let me kind of intro you a little bit about it. Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, he just announced the very new version of the LLM or model language model. It's called Gemini, part of the next gen of the AI that we have been hyped about, and it's actually true that it has become very smart, become more smart about it. Instead of me talking about AI, let me kind of give you a little more example through this video.
That's an idea. Let's start. All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options.
Okay, so that's a teaser about that video. You can actually find now in YouTube. You can just type in Gemini AI, that it will pop up for the full video because it's a 6-minute long. So I don't think we have enough time today, but you get a glimpse of what it is about. So it's like something that it got trained over time and it gets smarter and smarter every day. So now we kind of see example how AI can do, and that's actually 4 concepts that I would like to conclude with you today, how we can make AI helpful for everyone. First is to help improve the knowledge and learning. Second, to boost activity and creativity. Third, enabling others to innovate and grow. And lastly, build and deploy responsibly. For this first one, also, there's so many knowledge and learning you can get from AI. Let me give you one example through the video as well.
I'ma make them talk like, whoa. Move fast, move slow. Catch me on a roll. Come say hello. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Come say hello. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay. So that's also a glimpse of how search could evolve right now. It's just only type of voice search, right? But in the near future, AI will integrate as an overview and easily kind of ask follow-up as well. Kind of conversational type integrated directly with Google search. So that's also the knowledge and training that is available to everyone. So the next topic, how AI can help and available for everyone, is to boost creativity and productivity. For today's session, I think since in the beginning, there's so many AI integrating with a lot of creativity in architecture. So for me, it's more about BERT. So a lot of people talk about ChatGPT, which is, kind of same, but the different brand name of Google of BERT. So it's a conversational AI. So I would not want to say much about it because I would like you all to try tonight. And it's available more than 40 languages as of today and also available in Thai. So it's a very useful for everyday use for a lot of people these days. So let me encourage you to try and learn more about BART by just type in Google as BARD and you'll learn more about it as a generative AI. And this is another feature that AI is integrated and make it creative because as you sometimes get photobomb when you take photo of your kids, it's as magic, you can erase that easily via AI. Those are also another example that me personally use a lot when we're in vacation somewhere and somebody or something kind of get photobomb in our photo. So those are kind of two quick examples how AI can be creative and help you use it for fun. And lastly, humans are becoming more of a power user of AI, but also we need to build and deploy also responsibly. So in this example, AI also integrate with embedded information when you look for those kind of content. And also when you search in the images in Google search, in the near future, it also helps with the context when you hover about this image when you search about it. This one is a very proud one that we would like to call out is because with AI, it also helps predict emergency and response team to potentially what the part of the wildfire is to actually help save life of people. So these are only very, very few examples that AI actually help to the society and people of saving life and also health as well. As a sum up, so AI is also not as good as it is, but you need also the data to feed into it. What I mean by is that you need to also start prioritize and start collecting and get your first party data for your businesses today. The reason why is that 90% of the companies say that first party data is super extremely important. However, only 1/3 of them are using it properly. And let me give you one example that I actually work closely with one of the real estate developers in Thailand. This company actually utilized first-party data together combined with Google AI on the ad solution to help actually optimize and refine further to find the right audience to get more leads and sales. And that's Sansry, working closely with iProspect, the media agency. So with that solution, together with AI and their first-party data, that actually helped them improve the efficiency and increase the quality number of leads over time by 87%. And that's the last slide for me as a takeaway. AI is not the matter of if we need to do it, whether AI will be replace human or not. AI will evolve over time, as I stated. However, it's a matter more of when. Why is that? Because people and businesses are starting to get AI to integrate it more and more. If you're not using it today, maybe your other competitor or other people will use it before you, and those are more scary. Therefore, let me leave it with it that AI is important, but as good as you start using it and integrating it with your today's business. Thank you very much.